Estimate the square root to the nearest whole number and the nearest tenth. Put a comma between your answers. So here you have square root 11. And what we're going to do first is list the perfect squares. So 1, 4, 9, 16. And 11 is between 9 and 16, so we need to stop right here. So what we can say is that 9 is less than 11, which is less than 16, and that means the square root of 9 is less than the square root of 11, which is less than the square root of 16. So simplifying, square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9, so we'll put 3 here, less than square root of 11, less than square root of 16, which is 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. So by doing this, we can see the square root of 11 is between 3 and 4. So if we're going to estimate to the nearest whole number, we need to know what it's closer to. I'm going to draw a number line to illustrate this. You might not have to draw a number line to do it, but that's okay. So let's say we put 9 here, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So here's 16, here's 11, here's 9. And you can see that 11 is much closer to 9 than it is to 16, which also means that the square root of 11 is going to be closer to square root of 9, or 3, than it will be to the square root of 16, or 4. So if we're estimating to the nearest whole number, we can just say that square root of 11 is approximately 3. Now for the nearest tenth, you can do that mentally, but we're just going to focus on using the calculator for that. So here's your calculator, and we'll get that estimate, square root 11, 3.3. Okay, that confirms what we were saying before about radical 11, or square root 11, being closer to 3 than it is to 4. See, 3.3 is much closer to 3, so we had a good whole number estimate, and the estimate to the tenth is 3.3. Now the directions say put a comma between your answers for the nearest whole number and the nearest tenth. So to enter the final answer, I'm going to put 3, then a comma, and then 3.3.